welcome to today's delayed episode of Dear Van. We've been on the road, and so we had to. Unfortunately, there were some delays here and there, and so we had to get to a good place to park to have this episode. But come what may, rain or shine, Dear Van will happen. So, thanks so much for staying with us. Thanks so much for always being with us, and let's get it rolling. And so, as usual, if you've not shared our page, if you've not informed your friends that the Evan is on, then as per the policies of the Evan, you're getting it wrong. So go out there, let your friends know that it's time for the Evan, and then let's get this going. Okay, so I'm happy to have a special guest for some time now here with me. Prissy, thanks for joining us on today's episode. Yeah. Okay. So we've been talking about money. We've been talking about managing money for some time now, and we in the very last episodes of the managing money discussion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so today would like to, as usual, when you see Prissy here, she has some hacks here for us. So, Prissy, let's get it rolling.
Okay.
Waiting to hear your hacks here.
So one thing I don't do is in I don't know how to call that in say that in English, but when I have to give a bill out to my husband, or maybe a fee that we need to pay, I don't add chobo. What we call chobo. Yeah, a lot of women do that.
Okay, so maybe we'll try to explain that. So, a lot of people, and I'm sure we all grew up hearing about that or seeing people close to us doing that, where bills are inflated, expenses are inflated, so that by the time say um, shopping is done and everything, there will still be some left for someone's pocket, right?
Oh yeah.
So usually, more often than not, it would end up in the wife's pocket or in the lady's pocket.
And some of the wives have a good reason. They seem to have a good reason they do that.
No, but what could be the reason? What could be a good reason?
And sometimes some of the women claim it's difficult to get money from their spouses
because there is no money. There is no money, so
that is how they're able to get
no. So
money.
So personally, if I get to know that my wife has been choboing, I would really be very annoyed. It takes away from the trust bit.
Yes.
Why would bills be inflated? Sometimes people even do it on school fees.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is X amount. They will say it's X plus say 1,000.
Maybe they add transportation.
Transportation.
To go and pay the fees.
How is transportation that much? Yeah. So that also erodes the family's finances, right? Just get it, be very straight about it with your spouse. But if you so it all comes, and I might sound like a broken record. I keep repeating this, but if the foundation is that you two have left your mothers and fathers or family, blah blah blah, and you're trying to build a life together, it's more like saying you are cheating yourself, right? If we really say we are one, then why would you want to inflate stuff and get your spouse to? And the stressful ones is when, say, maybe the man is trying to make things work, like really pushing to make things work, and apparently someone is benefiting from that. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I've heard of stories where some of the women keep that money for a rainy day, but if every day is a rainy day already for the man, then I mean, why do you add additional stress? I mean, so yeah, I don't think that's a good one.
But don't you think that depending on the man, the kind of man you marry, it might also work for the marriage? Because maybe they know that the man they marry doesn't like save, and there's no way that the man will give them the women the money to save, so they probably do that to have some extra money.
Yeah, I get your point. Like we keep saying at the end of every episode, no two relationships are the same, right? But things like trust are foundational issues for every relationship. You get what I mean? Yes, if you think your spouse doesn't know how to save, I think you should be straightforward about it. Don't find a way to.
Most men, it's like when you tell them that you are crushing their ego, so they
but
some
baby,
of the women used to.
no, that's not a creative way. If the woman is that creative, then find a creative way to tell the man. Not it might be because of how the women communicate it, but if you say, "Oh, sweetheart, I think you do a lot of things very well, but because of the future and everything, I think we should save more." Don't even tell your spouse he doesn't know how to save. Just say that you guys need to save more. You get what I mean? Because if personally I get to find out that I am like moving heaven and earth to, I mean, run the marriage in terms of finances, providing, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, I actually get to know that, oh, apparently I am spending more than we should be spending. That would sound quite unfair, you know? That would sound quite unfair. So if you're a lady out there and you are a chobonier, please find a way to repent. find a way to repent, because it's not easy already. You know, it's not easy anyway. The economies around the world are in distress and all, and so if someone is really pushing to make things work, the least you could do is support the person to make it work. You can't be stealing from yourself unless you are a government official. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that. Unless you are a government official, but you can't be stealing from yourself. So in the same vein, you shouldn't be in a marriage where you still, like, you know, more like stealing from your husband, or wife. Your husband is stealing from the wife, blah, blah, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So, but Prissy, can you think of any creative way that a wife can communicate that to a husband? That I feel we should be saving more, blah, blah, blah. And so,
honestly, I still feel it also depends on the sort of spouse you have, because there are some husbands that would easily, depending on the relationship you have with your spouse.
Yeah.
Because you and I, we relate like friends,
right,
or like age mates, but there are some relationships where the relationship is like mother, what is it, elder brother and younger sister, or father and child, even in the marriage. So
right.
it is difficult.
Okay, so you mean the relationship between the husband and the wife is like...
It's like so.
Yeah, but
it depends on the sort of the relationship you two have.
No, so if behaving like or are relating like father and daughter,
which
or
is
whatever,
not supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. father and daughter, and it's really not right, then you should find a solution to that, not compound the issue by adding more. You get what I mean? So you find a solution to being able to relate better as husband and wife, not like so just because of that, then you would always find ways to do stuff. I mean, it just, I mean,
because I know that there are
yeah.
some marriages that if the woman tries to point out certain shortfalls or weakness in the man will be like, do you know my age? Are you older than me? I'm older than you. I've seen more. So it's like it moves the
no, but
so in such a relationship, man, that you are not saying
yeah. So
I have more experience. What I can see sitting down
yeah
in a valley, you will not see when you are on a mountain or on top of a tree.
Yeah, it might person is more experienced. He or she might just be stating the obvious. What do you know to tell me? Blah blah blah. But I really think that no matter how more experienced a person is, it's always another way you can. Look at the sources of financial pressures. Now, we've identified two main sources of financial pressure. So the first one being internal, that is internally generated in the marriage, and the one that is without, the externally generated ones. What makes you two happy?
Yeah.
And yeah, but there is no other way to. Just need to get a result. Yeah. So in effect, this is going to be a short one actually, but in effect, for people inflate prices, blah blah blah. You're not helping your marriage. I mean, you're not helping the relationship. You're doing more harm than good. Just pricing be as it is. If you need extra transportation, mention it. Don't be there and be smiling sheepishly and like you are finishing your husband or making your wife. You're happy about it. Yeah. So this should I don't know if you have anything to say about this same thing. I mean, because this about the right. Do you have anything else on this? I'm trying to see if I can access my the portal so that I can read your comments exactly, because unfortunately we out in some mountain somewhere because we are here for some games for our kids. So I mean, they have tournaments they are playing, and so we have to be out here. Anyway, so sorry if we are not able to comment today. We'll going to get back to them. Then yeah, we'll let it work. So thanks so much for joining us for today's episode. We really appreciate your time every Saturday. And please, if you don't take any day, remember that your spouse is part of your own government. Don't inflate costs and get your own government go into a deficit. Yeah. Okay. It's been good. having this short session with you. We'll come your way same time next week. And as usual, always remember that no two relationships are the same. Thank you. Cheers. And bye-bye.
When you marry, initially people would want to see, hey, how are these people doing? Sometimes, especially when you have a big wedding. So people also tend to want to impress others by sewing, dressing up, renting big apartments, buying expensive cars. Meanwhile, you will be suffering inside. Your finances cannot hold, and that is what people go through a lot here. So they try to impress everyone outside the marriage except the two of them.